He's really great. He works well with everyone. He makes the actor feel special.
We spoke over coffee for about 3 hours about art. And I come from Massachusetts, where there isn't very much art at all. We have the Kennedys. We don't have art.
He had so much passion and direction and lots and lots of motivation.
You came like a turncoat and you turned it into dust. I walk and talk, you pass me by. Make forgiveness, don't know why. I should kill integrity. Maybe I'd be with it in your eyes. Maybe I gotta go.
You once drank a whole can of paint thinner.
Maybe I gotta go. Maybe I gotta go. Maybe I'm gonna go down swing. Maybe I gotta go.
No way. No, that's a complete lie.
My name is Alan Henry. I'm 21 years old, and I am a filmmaker. I became interested in cinema at a very early age. I have these wonderful memories of me and my father sitting around our couch watching Marx Brothers movies. And from there, I just, I sort of progressed and grew with the medium and figured out exactly what was going on, and I really became fascinated with it. The film I'm working on now is it's kind of a new thing for me. It's called No Pools for Sale. It's a cultural comment on the decay of intelligentsia in modern society. But it's funny, because you can't have a serious movie like that all the way through. So it's kind of a comedic cultural comment on the decay of intelligentsia in modern society. But it's got that little action to it too, because people love action movies. So it's kind of a combat, comedic, cultural comment on the decay of intelligentsia in modern society. But it's also got that caring drama thing going on, because people really dig those kind of movies. So it's kind of a caring, combat, comedic, cultural comment on the decay of intelligentsia in modern society. But with a heart, and in the right place. It takes all those elements, and it just sort of weaves them, kind of meshes them together, but not too hard. It's kind of like Magnolia meets Stepmom, if I had to pick. I've got a great crew for this project. First of all, Mort, the sound guy, he's a wonderful guy. Mort and I have been sort of working together for a couple years. He has a great ear for sound. He's amazing extrasensory perception. Like when you're sitting at lunch with him, he'll sort of perk up and he'll go, "Behind me, there's a woman with blonde hair, and she's wearing argyle," and you'll turn around and he'll be wrong. I mean, it'll be a woman, but the description's completely off. DP, the director of photography I'm working with, is this guy named Butch. Butch is an excellent director of photography. Butch's got that one eye, that's that great eye that he can just sort of see everything. That one eye. His other eye's not so good, but that one eye, it's just sort of great, and luckily the good eye is the one he shoots with, so that's perfect, because that all just, and plus he knows all those things. He knows all about aspect ratios and depth of field and zoom focus and headroom. He knows all those things. Plus, he not only knows those terms, he knows what they mean. And it's very important, to know the terms and know what they mean. When I got to school, I knew the terms. I just didn't have any idea what they meant.
Alan's great, and being his director of photography is fantastic. The DP, next to the director, of course, is the most important person on the film. I mean, I'm in charge of all the lighting. That's great, because it's important. Of course, on a small film like this, we don't actually have the money for the lights. So, I have a white sheet of paper that I hold up against things to see what the light would look like. But I don't get to use any lights. I make the sandwiches for the, the crew. PB&J with no crust, Wonder Bread. But Alan's a great director. I mean, he's great.
Well, now, of course, my leading lady, who has been my leading lady since she came to the school, is Cynthia. Cynthia's amazing.
Alan's a great director.
Okay, now this scene's very important. It's very important. You're trying to convince Arthur to stay, you know, and he doesn't want to stay. He wants to leave, but you don't want him to leave, you know, and so you've got to kiss him. You've got to kiss him to make him stay, okay? And when you do kiss him, you realize that there are no pools for sale in the patio furniture store of your heart.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He really brought out the actress in me. Acting affords you the opportunity to really connect with the audience through the transitions of your medium. It's quite magnificent.
I mean, she's beautiful, and she's got this luminescence about her. And she has very soft hair and sort of porcelain skin, and her eyes are what makes her a great actress. She really, really can just sort of sell you on something by her eyes. You can just get lost in the sort of, I don't know what color, kind of a storm gray blue haze, like the mist off a Connecticut seaport, if I had to guess. I had this script, and I didn't know what to do with it. I was sort of toying around with it. Then I put it on my website, alanhenryfilms.org, a little plug there. And I sort of posted it to my website to let people take a look at it, and I almost immediately got a response from this guy named Joe Josephson, who said he was an agent, and that someone he represented was very interested in this project. So I got him on the phone, we talked for a little while, and I said, so who do you represent? Who's so interested in my script? And I couldn't believe it when he told me, but it's the Bud Ice Penguin.
I was like, whoa, man, you're fucking with me. And he was like, no, I'm serious. I was like, no way. And he was like, dude, I'm serious. I was like, no. He was like, yes. I was like, no. And he was like, yes.
I thought he was computer animated too, but apparently, he's been sort of out of circulation for a little while. He's been doing a little summer stock, keeping himself sharp, and he wants to break into mainstream cinema, and he figures the best way to do that is through smaller projects like this one, which I think is a great idea.
I was like, no. He was like, dude, absolutely, I would not lie to you. And I was like, that's bullshit, man. You're full of shit. That's what you are. He's like, no, man, I'm serious. This is really gonna happen. I was like, what? Why do you do this to me, I thought we had a friendship, a trust. He was like, no, man, I'm really serious. We got the Penguin.
I was so excited when I found out we'd be working with the Penguin. First of all, I have been a big fan of his for years. I mean, this is a great thrill.
And I think it'll sort of raise everyone's confidence level and make everybody else perform at a better level. They'll sort of go, that's what we want to be. They'll see him and they'll go, that's who we should be. That Penguin is what we should be.
I was like, no, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, no, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, no, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, no, and he was like, yeah.
So, when I found out he was interested, I grabbed hold of it, I signed him up, and I immediately rewrote the script for a Penguin, which, surprisingly, is not as hard as it might sound. I formed my own theater company called the 14th Street Players. Now, the 14th Street Players were all about experimentation. We did all the great plays by all the great authors, and I directed all of them, and I was in a couple of them. We did all the great works. We did stuff by Mamet and Edward Albee and Samuel Beckett and this sort of, the hard-hitting, gritty stuff that you really, that's really good drama. And then a really great thing happened to me, as will happen. Another great theater person, a choreographer named Robert. Robert joined our troupe when he came to this school, and he turned me on to musicals. I figured out that these could be great pieces of drama as well, so we just started doing musicals. But we didn't do the traditional musical. We didn't do any Jerry Herman or anything like that. We sort of strayed away, and we did we went right for the stuff, the gritty, sort of dirty, not too dirty, because we're family theater, but we did that sort of thing, and it was, as long as I think if you stick with the avant-garde, you're always going to come out on top. That's just my opinion. And we did some great productions.
The 14th Street Players were all about experimentation. And as a choreographer, that's what my life is about. Alan was very liberal with the dance, and he had me put it anywhere I could to bring the stage to life.
So, yeah, I think he was a great guy. he was a wonderful, wonderful human being. He had so much passion and direction and lots of motivation. Yeah, motivation was a lot of it, and yeah, his writing, maybe in about 40 or 50 years, he'll get to a level of plausibility, but he definitely has direction, but he shouldn't act.
My favorite dance that we ever did was, we did a production of Richard III set in the gangsta era. And we had the soldiers do this sort of Fosse thing all along the back of the stage to give it some depth.
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that lord upon our house in deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up on monuments, our sterile arms chained to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures.
On this project with Alan, I feel that I'm kind of the Hoover Dam of the project. You see, Alan has lots of creative ideas that just flow and come out, but somebody has to be there to hold them back and say, wait, whoa, you have to think about that before it goes through. We have some brilliant, brilliant people working on this project. But even with that inspiration, he gets a little carried away sometimes, so I feel that it's my job to say, no, you need to think about that. And that being my job here, I feel that I'm influencing society as a whole by being the sort of Brita filter, as it were, of art to life. Do you understand?
Hello? Yeah, just a second. Alan, it's for you. Joe. Thanks. Joe! How you doing? Oh, you'll be in tomorrow. Okay, great. What? No, the Penguin cannot have a trailer. No. Well, because it's not that kind of movie. No, there's no money for a trailer. No, look, no trailers, no limos, no nothing. No craft services. No, but I did get that the bucket of fish that you asked for. I can change that to potato chips, sure. I made 2 films prior to this one. My first one was it's a funny story. There was this kid who lived in my neighborhood who every day he was in the news. Something amazing happened to him. Like everything from he'd rescue a cat from a tree, and then the next day he'd save an old lady from being hit by a bus, stuff like that. So I got the idea. I thought, hey, this would be a great documentary. So I went to a local film company, and I sort of pitched it to him, and I said, let me follow this kid around. And they gave me a camera and some film, and I followed the kid around for 2 weeks, And I was thinking this would be great. And nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. He just sort of went about his day. Nothing changed or anything. So I gave the camera back and the film back, and I took it into try to fix it up in post. I always hear that directors can fix things in post. It all comes down to the editing. And in this film's case, though, it just wasn't possible. The film people were not happy. And then, of course, as it turns out, the day after I finally just gave up and let it all go, he rescued 15 people from a burning building and died doing that. The film people were not happy. After, the first film, I decided to scrap documentary. I decided documentary wasn't to me, and it just wasn't my thing, and I decided to try my hand at narrative film. Now, I'd never written anything before, but I thought, I gotta give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? And I was, I got the idea. I was watching a lot of A&E, and I was hooked on these sort of cop shows, So I decided to write a police drama, but not a, a Steven Seagal, not a cheesy cop drama, no, real cop drama about truth and life on the streets and the sort of gritty life that they have to deal with, and the hard realities of the streetwise cop. And growing up on the suburbs, I didn't have much experience with that at all. But a writer, what a writer does is he puts himself in that situation, and he writes that experience. So, that was I just sort of dove into it, and I sort of came out with this giant sort of one massive, I took the grittiest police dramas, that look like Law and Order and Homicide and Hill Street Blues and NYPD Blue, and just sort of meshed them together into one big uber grit. 2, 3, 4!
I'm gonna get you, Raphael!
It was a great story, I thought it was, but these two cops, I played one, and Robert played the other one, and we sort of, we were the sort of partners, running around trying to do the right thing, and with a crusty but benign chief always breathing down our back, and we got the good, the bad guy and all the thing, and it was just sort of the trials and tribulations of trying to do the right thing for justice as well as do the right thing for your friends. And that's a tricky thing, and I think it was a very nice, it was a great film for me, and then it was very sort of groundbreaking for me. And I actually got the film shown at a local film festival. And one of the judges said it was the funniest film of the festival. Particularly my performance.
That's all. That's all you have to say? Have these 3 months meant nothing to you?
Of course they have. But there's something bigger out there for me.
What's bigger than me?
The kids on the street who can't go home because of the crack being sold on their porch. The little old ladies crossing the street. They who attempt unfair pricing in the wholesale wrought iron business. They must pay. And it's my job to make them pay, baby.
So, I decided not to act anymore.
No, actually, no. He should never act. Never.
I mean, I wrote it, and I directed it, and I produced it, and I edited it, and I was in it, and that's a lot of hats. It's a lot of hats to wear as a guy trying to make art, and if you're wearing all those hats at once, one of them's gonna fall off.
Have you ever kissed a penguin before?
No.
Okay, well, it's just like kissing a regular person, except they don't have lips.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's interesting, but I didn't know
wow.
that. Wow. Okay, so let's try one.
Okay.
So let's do one.
You can't leave me, Arthur. You simply can't. You mean far too much to me. My heart is like a newly made pool in a patio furniture store. Brucey!
Okay, let's take 5, okay?
Well, at first I wasn't so supportive of Sin's decision to work with this guy so closely. I mean, it seemed like he kind of wanted her, but who doesn't? I had to keep an eye on her. And we're learning in philosophy class how to think logically, so I decided to evaluate the situation, like Plato would while in his cave. And I thought, you know, artsy guy, likes musicals, likes directing, is around dancers all day. He's, you know, a Yankees fan. But me and Sin are Red Sox fans, so why would she even be interested? Even if he wasn't. I mean, she's way out of his league. I'd kill him if he touched her. But, you know, he's a Yankees fan. Kill him.
I financed the film by taking out a loan, liquidating my bank account, and then I got some credit cards and got cash advances on them to pay for stuff. I learned that. That's actually, that's how Kevin Smith made Clerks. We did rent a pretty sweet camera for this thing. You know, we took all the money and I sort of looked at it and I thought, you know, that's a lot of money. And you know, but where does it all go? Well, you know, a lot of it goes to the Penguin because he's the star. But that's the way it is. If you have a name actor in a film, you've got to be ready to sacrifice half of your budget towards that direction, and that's the way it goes because you'll make it all back once the film gets released. You know the star will draw the audience in. And the rest of it went towards this really great camera that I got. I got a great deal on this camera. It was wonderful. Come in.
Camera's here.
Oh, cool. Butch?
Yeah.
Where's the camera?
In the case.
No, it isn't.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's not in the case. Look.
Where's the camera?
That's what I'd like to know. Where's the camera? Did you check it before you left?
No.
Well, why not? I told you to check the case before you left. Now what are we supposed to do?
I'll get it tomorrow.
You can't get it tomorrow. The guy's going on vacation for 3 weeks. I told you that. I paid for this in advance. We start tomorrow. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Took the jam out of your donut.
We're using a camera my parents are going to lend me. Luckily, the sound equipment got here okay, so, you know, that's good, because without sound, movie's kind of quiet. But this is the thrill, you know, the thrill of the cinema, right? You know, just keep moving forward. Tomorrow, Joe's coming into town with the Penguin. We arranged a little meet and greet for him here, so that should be a lot of fun.
No, it's Guatemala, you said.
Guatemala. Yes, they shipped him in from some port or some, you know, whatever they do in Guatemala. Oh, he's here. He's here. Everybody, he's here.
I like your hat.
Joe?
Yeah.
Come on in. Come on in. Okay. Everyone, this is Joe Josephson. He's Penguin's agent. Joe, this is Butch, our director of photography.
How you doing?
This is Robert.
Charmed. Yeah, how you doing?
This is Mort, the sound guy.
How you doing?
And this is Cynthia Powell, our leading lady.
How are you doing?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, charmed.
I got into agenting at a young age. My father was always being followed by agents, so, you know, it kind of came naturally. I met the Penguin at a bar in Skokie, Illinois, and he was seeking representation. So, you know, we talked, and he was a bit of an alcoholic at the time. Roofies, too. And so he had this outstanding debt with some friends of mine. So, naturally, I helped him out. Yeah, I'm excited to work with Alan. Seems like a great guy. Great guy. A little cheap, though.
And here's to a great shoot starting tomorrow.
Here.
That's really good, isn't it? This is good. We got this.
Has anyone seen my wallet?
No. Where'd you see it last?
No, I can't find it.
Where'd you see it? Did you see it?
I haven't actually seen it all night.
All night?
No.
You sure you bought it?
I could have hurt sprain. I'm sorry.
I am so excited. I can't believe this is actually happening. I can't wait.
We're hoping we can get the rest of the cast to move as well as the Penguin. That's going to be the challenge on this piece.
I'm psyched. It'll be great. It'll be great.
Yeah. I'm excited. Sure, I'm really, up about it.
As a little kid, I used to make these stop animation movies with my little action figures and my parents' video camera on, and I would set up all the action figures and then push the button on the camera real fast and then stop and then move the figures around, you know? And to think just how far I've come since that day, you know, with a little kid in my parents' room. I mean, it's just wonderful. I'm so excited. Tomorrow is the big day. We're gonna start all the shooting, and I've got nothing but good feelings about this. I've never been this excited before in my life. I mean, this is gonna be fantastic. Well, today's the big day. Here I am. It's still early in the morning, but I'm up because as the director, I mean, that's just the way it's got to be. You know, when you're the director, you got to be up. And I've had to wake myself up. I've had a couple cups of coffee, so I'm really churning. You know, I'm moving. But the important part about being a director is getting dressed properly. You have to be dressed right. First, boots, very important. To be wearing boots. Boots are very important to this sort of thing. Socks, of course. Cargo pants next. Cargo pants with the extra pockets to keep yourself going. And the next thing you got to put on is an old ratty shirt. Every sort of director I've seen in pictures has had on an old ratty shirt. I think it's just so you have that kind of lived-in look. I'm not sure why, but it just seems, it feels good. It's a good shirt. I've had this shirt for years. Next thing to put on is my vest. This is it's a great vest. It's my director's vest. Again, more pockets, more things to put things in. This is my director's hat. You see there, I got this on the Paramount Studio tour. It says director on it right there. And this is the hat I wear, so everybody knows I'm the man. In every single photograph I've seen, directors always have these headphones on. I went out and actually got a pair exactly like them. I don't know why. I don't know why they wear headphones, but got to go with the flow. So I sort of, I never see them with them on. They're just always around their neck. So I put it around my neck, and I take the cord here and I just sort of stick it in my pocket, so it doesn't get all tangled. This is how the director gets dressed. Okay, well, we're waiting here to start. We're all kind of set up and rolling. The only thing we're waiting for, of course, is Joe with the Penguin. But he's a little late. It stars, What can you do, even if they are half an hour late? Oh, here he is, Joe.
Hey, how are you?
Good, yeah, great. You made it.
Where's the bucket of potato chips? Bucket of chips?
I couldn't get the bucket of potato chips. I didn't.
What'd you get,
frankly, I didn't know how you expected me to get a bucket. I got nothing. I don't know how you expected me to get a bucket of
potato chips. I'm
sorry, but I couldn't get them.
All right, here's what I can do.
What?
He said if I couldn't get the chips, he wants $20.
What do you mean he wants 20 bucks?
He wants, as a sign of good faith.
Well,
as a sign of good faith, he wants.
I sent you all the money,
hey,
basically all the money we had.
He's not going to keep it. I'll give it back to you after the filming. It's one of those things he does. You know what I'm saying? One of those things. Come on.
20 bucks.
20 bucks.
And you'll give it back. Right?
I'll give it right back.
I'll give it right back because I need this money. I gave you everything else.
It's him, not me.
But you'll give it back.
I'm on your side. I'll give it right back.
Right,
Let me go get him.
Okay,
right?
good. All right, he's going to get him. All right. He's coming. Everybody, he's coming. He'll be right here. Here, 1 second. Joe's going to get him out of the car. Now, the important thing is just treat him like a regular guy. Just don't get nervous. Don't get nervous, okay? Just keep everything very calm. You guys didn't know your lines? Everything's good? You ready for that? Good. Okay. You're good and everything is good. Not now. Shoot when he gets here. Don't be nervous. What's that?
Penguin.
No. That's a doll.
It's a penguin.
This is a stuffed animal.
What do you mean it's a doll?
Joe, what am I supposed to do with this? I paid you. Where's the penguin?
A doll? A fucking doll? Are you kidding me?
No, wait.
I missed 2 classes for this today, Alan.
Look, I'm sorry. Hang on for 1 second. Let me
He
just
brings
figure
a
this
doll,
out.
you fucking idiot.
Hang on
How
for a
could you do
second.
this to me?
Wait, calm
How
down.
the fuck could you be so goddamn stupid?
For 1 second.
You
Jesus.
asshole.
Let me figure this out.
It's a doll, man.
I fucking know it's a doll, all right? Jesus.
Asshole.
Wait, Cynthia, now hang on for a second. We can make this. Joe! Wait.
I can't believe you fell for this.
Hey, Butch, what are you...
Cynthia!
Robert, what are you...
I'll bounce back. I always do. I'll probably make another movie someday, you know. But right now, I think I'm just gonna kind of lay low, and get my stuff in order and sort of figure out where I stand. But of course, I mean, you can't keep me away. So I'm working on another script right now, the comedy this time. It's a story about a small town kid with big town dreams who gets completely fucked over by everybody because he's just too naive. I think it's going to be a big seller.
You know, between you and me, I don't think this movie's gonna work out.